Hello and welcome back to Xbox's official coverage live from E3 in Los Angeles. I'm your host, Jason, and thank you for joining us as we continue to showcase our hottest titles that have been announced right here at E3 at 2018. I'm here with a special guest and producer, Matt Walker, game director, Hideaki, and senior producer, Michi, to talk about something very important today. You guys are representing Capcom, and we've got a game that we want to talk about, Devil May Cry. This game has been coming, or we've been waiting for this game for what, 10 years now?
You got it, man, exactly.
I am so stoked on this. What I'd like to do, if we could, I want to hear a little bit about the game and just talk about just the work and the challenges that you had to go in to go after it. And then we'll run a few clips and we'll just kind of take it from there.
Cool, sounds good. So it's Devil May Cry 5. And just like Jason just said, it's been 10 years since Devil May Cry 4. So Itsuno-san's boss, Jun Takeuchi, said to him, look, if we're going to make a new Devil May Cry, we're going to have to make something that you get one look at and know immediately that it's going to be quality. So we put a lot of effort into creating something that was going to look as photorealistic as possible. The thing is, if you're going to make something that's photorealistic, normally action games have movements that aren't realistic, right? So we put a ton of effort, we put the best minds we had at Capcom together to make sure that it still looks amazing when you have Nero pulling off all these superhuman feats, even though he looks as realistic as possible.
That's amazing. So this is going to be huge. So I think what we should do, let's set the stage a little bit and let's watch a clip.
Yep. Sounds good.
And so what we're going to do is, I understand that there's some really interesting commentary along the way. So when you see somewhere that you want to freeze, just say pause. And we'll pause that, and I want to hear about it because I think there's so much detail, and this is such a complex title that I think that your fans really want to truly understand the mindset of how you got there, because this game is ridiculous. So I think we should roll.
Sounds good.
どこでもいいんでストップって言ってもらっていいですよ。止めて。
Yeah, right.
So this guy that we just saw, let's pause it. Technical
Pause
difficulty.
it.
No.
There we go.
Yeah.
All right, fair enough. So let's start off with the first guy we saw. じゃあ一番最初の人物は誰でしたっけ？
一番最初のね、こうタバコを捨てた人が名前言ってもいいんだよ。いいですいいです。モリソンって言ってアニメーションデビルメイクライの同じモリソンっていうキャラクターなんですよこれが。
So what happens is at the very beginning there we had this guy that was smoking a cigar. His name was Morrison.
Exclusive. Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Exclusive information. Yeah. You're not going to get this anywhere else. And it turns out that he was introduced in the Devil May Cry anime. So we brought him back, and he's the one that opens up the trailer. Here we go. Yep. That's Morrison right there. Nice.
Look at the detail on that. It's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Oh yeah. Well, we scanned models. We found models in Europe, and we created costumes for them and actually scanned them. And that's how we were able to get the detail that we have. まあこれについても一応じゃあ言及しましょうか。細かいね。
This thing.
This thing back, you can see back here. There's this thing in the background. This looks really weird and creepy, right? This is what we call the Demon Tree, and this is actually really the crux of the story for Devil May Cry 5. The Demon Tree has come to a city called Redre, and it's brought all these demons with it. So Nero has come to see if he can't stop the demon horde. Pause. Yeah.
Who is this?
Who is this? Who is this, Itsuno-san?
こいつが今回の敵のどんな敵かまで言えないですけど、こいつ大きさがね、8メートルから9メートルぐらいあります。
All right, so we want to tell you who this is, but we can't yet. We can just say that this is definitely going to be an enemy in the game. And you can tell just from looking at this, he's pretty tall. Well, he's about 26 feet in height. He's a pretty big guy.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, he doesn't look happy. No.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's a bad scene.
あんまり幸せそうなことじゃないんですよね。Cool.
So there's no blood in this game. So it's like, just maybe a little bit.
A little bit. A little bit of Here we go. Here's the payoff.
Pause.
Yeah, pause it. All right. Nice. Oh, that's good. That's a good free sprint.
We want to see the neon.
Yes. Oh, the neon screen. There we go. Yep, the neon light.
There we go.
Nice.
Oh, yes.
There we go.
Good deal.
このネオンサインは小説版のデビルメイクライ4があって、それのエンディングでダンテから ネロの家に送られたネオンサインの看板なんですよ。だから次お前がデビルメイクライの店支店を開いてやれよって言って送りつけた看板。
All right, there's another big exclusive here in terms of the lore for Devil May Cry. But what happens is there was a novelization of Devil May Cry 4. And at the end of that, Dante gives one of his neon signs to Nero and says, all right, go ahead and open up your own office to go slay demons. And so that's what he did. He took that and he put it on this van.
Well, you can see the pipe.
Yeah, there's a nice little touch here. If you look at the top right, it's kind of hard to see, but there's a 5 up there. And, you know, obviously this isn't the main logo for the game, but we thought there was a cute little detail we could put in if we actually put the 5 on the van.
So you're rolling out a ton of tech here. I mean, help me understand some of the engine behind this. I mean, this is such complex graphics, and to be able to render that, what kind of engine are we dealing with here?
This is Capcom's proprietary RE engine, isn't it?
Top secret? Is that what we're saying?
Yeah.
Right? And like you guys saw at the very beginning of the trailer during the stage show, we say right there that this is all rendered in engine and in real time.
Yep.
None of this is pre-rendered. This is all in engine.
That's cool. Insane. Should we keep continue?
Let's do it.
All right, let's continue.
That's Cool.
You pause it? All right.
Yeah, let me talk about the Nico.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. So Nico is the
Yeah.
young lady that you just saw coming out of the van there.
Yeah. Go back.
She is
We want
Nero's
to see
partner.
the female character.
アニメキャラクター。
Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
There we go.
Is she
Yeah,
driving?
see Nico there.
That's fine.
Right on.
Yeah.
Right on. So there's Nico driving the van.
Yeah.
She's Nero's partner.
ああ、この車が今ネロがやってる移動式のデビルメイクライの、事務所になってて、中にちゃんとお客様を接待するテーブルとか椅子とかがあって、こんな感じ、こんな感じでちゃんとお客様を相手する場所が中にちゃんとあります。
So Nico is Nero's partner in crime here, and they ride around in this van. And as we were saying, Dante had given Nero this neon sign to actually set up his own office. So Nero said, all right, I'm going to set up my own office in this van. And so that way he can basically take himself to wherever he needs to be to deal with demons and stuff. So Nico and Nero drive around in this van. And it's interesting, because it's an office, there's actually a whole reception area, kind of like this, inside the van.
Oh, no kidding.
Rendered in there and everything, yeah. Cool.
Yes, go ahead. Yep.
Yeah, this game is straight evil. Pause.
Oh, they paused it, nice.
ここのアクションシーンを見て気づく人はいるかもしれないですけど、今回もデビルメイクライ3、4と同じ下村監督がアクションの演出をやってくれてます。
So, on this title, we wanted to bring back as many of the developers as we could from Devil May Cry 3 and Devil May Cry 4, so we could bring back the whole team to really recreate that awesome experience of what we had with those titles. So, if for people that watch this sequence in the trailer and already have a good handle on what Devil May Cry 3 and 4 were like, it turns out that we brought back our good friend, the director, Mr. Shimomura, to direct all the action sequences in this thing. And he's famous for doing a lot of different stuff in Japan as well as Devil May Cry 3 and Devil May Cry 4.
That's great. Let's keep rolling.
Yep. Maybe we should talk
Yeah,
about
let's pause
the
it, let's pause it.
Pause it really quick.
All right, nice. So,
これね、ここに義手があるんですけど、ここにもね、ついてるんですよね、ここに交換用の
カートリッジが。
義手がついてて、バーンと壊れたら次、壊れたら
you got that, right?
Yeah, I got it. Yeah, absolutely. It makes sense to me.
Right?
Yeah.
So, as Isumu-san's pointing out here, Nero has these prosthetic arms that he's using to deal out all these amazing attacks. And we're sticklers for details. So, what happens is, as you're playing through the game, those are going to break. And he doesn't waste a moment. He's got a receptacle around. Whoa, that's got a mic on it.
Yeah.
So there's a receptacle around his waist. And you'll notice that as soon as it breaks, every time he'll take his arm and he'll shove it in there, into the receptacle, so he can get another one of those out.
Well, for the fans, I say, well, let's just let this roll, and then because I want to see the end of it. I'm sitting here already itching at it. feel free to commentary anytime that you see something that's, I mean, the graphics are insane.
まあ何か言いたいことがあったらぜひ。
あ、そうそう。
もう言っていいんだ。
いい？
はい。
あこれデビルブレイカー、今回の実習デビルブレイカーって言うんですけど、まあ、このビデオを何回も見てもらうといろんな種類なんで、これ映ってるだけでも1、2、3結構たくさんの種類が出てるんですけど、たくさんの種類のデビルブレイカーを付け替えて戦うっていうのをちょっと、まあ、よく見たらいっぱいヒントがあるんで、ぜひ見てほしいですね。
Well, just like what you saw here with the crazy, almost Back to the Future 2 like arm there, the way he's riding on that arm. There's gonna be a lot of these different prosthetic arms that we call devil breakers. And if you watch this trailer a couple times, hopefully you'll be able to tell just a couple, at least a couple of them. There's gonna be a whole bunch of different kinds that you can use. They're all gonna do all these different kinds of special attacks. And we'll get into more about that at Gamescom.
Oh, there you go. It's insane. That is an insane title. So I've got to tell you. So we're going to have to wrap soon, but before I do, I have to make a comment. I noticed that you're wearing a jacket that looks oddly familiar. You got to tell us.
That's right. All right, now I'm going to try not to break the mic this time, but yeah, this is the jacket that we created from scratch in Europe. And that we then scanned on the model. The model was not me. I'm not that attractive, as you can tell. And we used photo scanning technology to make, again, the most realistic assets we could by scanning this awesome jacket on the model.
That's great. Well, I have to say thank you for joining us today. Obviously, we love our friends at Capcom. It's always good to have you here. You're welcomed. This is a huge title. When I saw the trailer the first time, I was like, okay, this is nutso. I can't wait to get my hands on it.
Thanks a lot, Jason. If you don't mind, there's one more thing.
One more thing.
One more thing we want to talk about.
Music video. Yeah. Please discuss one.
Oh, you want me to do it?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's great.
This is another big exclusive, but we put out a music video for the song Devil Trigger, and you can actually find Devil Trigger, the song, on iTunes if you want. I guess right now it's like number 4 on the rock charts. Pretty happy with that. That's surprising.
That's great.
But we have a music video, and if you find that music video online, there are going to be certain little hints in there, little Easter eggs.
About the South character.
Awesome.
Ooh, about the third character. Oh, you're going to say
Well,
it.
you know, I mean, I have to say, where would I find this? I mean, I'm asking for a friend. I'm not, you know. Yeah.
Well, if you go to our webpage, devilmaycry5.com. There we go.
Yep.
There should be a link to it there. And if there's not, we'll tell the web team to put one there. So.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. That wraps our session with our friends at Capcom. We've got plenty more coming your way. Stick by us and watch a couple more trailers.